So hello guys, today we are going to make a distance meter using Raspberry Pi Pico and an ultrasonic sensor. So I hope you will like this video. If you like, please like my video and subscribe my channel and do comment.
Global ElectroTech, the home of innovation.
For making this project we will need some components. So let us have a look at this. First of all, we need a Raspberry Pi Pico microcontroller board. Then we need an ultrasonic sensor that will help us to measure the distance between the object and the sensor, a breadboard for making the connections, some jumper cables for the connecting, and I have also prepared a jumper cable of my own using ribbon wire for the ultrasonic sensor so as to make the connection easy using male and female pin headers. You can use normal jumpers to do this also. Then we will need 5 LEDs to detect the distance between the object and the sensor, and finally we will need a cable for the programming purpose. So let us gather all the components and connect one by one to complete the project. First I will be taking the Raspberry Pi Pico and plug it on the breadboard, and then I will take the ultrasonic sensor and connect it along with the homemade jumper wire for making the connection along with the Pico and the ultrasonic sensor. The red and the black wire are the power pins that goes to the positive and the negative terminals of the Pico, and the rest two pins are trigger and echo that is connected to pin number 6 and 7 respectively. You will get the link of the circuit diagram in the description down below. Then I will gather all the LEDs and plug it on the breadboard one by one, leaving a space between each LED so that the connection becomes neat and clean and it looks very good. Now I will gather all the jumper cables and connect it with the Pico and the LED. The green wires are selected by me just only to connect the LED ground pin on the negative pin along with the Pico's ground pin. So I will connect them to the header one by one and connect it to the ground pin. Now I have connected the negative pin of all the LEDs with the Raspberry Pi Pico. Now it's time for connecting each wire of the Pico GPIO pins along with the LEDs so as to display the distance between the object and the sensor. Now it's time for program. I have already written the program before onwards so that I can show you. And you might not feel the video boring. So as to make the video interesting, I have already written the program before. Now I have first defined the pin so that I can use the pins, then inputted the time, and finally written the pin numbers along with the LED pins, and then written the trigger and the echo pin connection. And finally I have defined the formula for calculating the distance between the ultrasonic sensor and the object. Then I have written a condition. This condition is very much important because this condition will only operate the LEDs and tell us the distance between the object and the sensor. According to my condition, if the distance is less than or equal to 3, then all the LEDs will be low. This means when the object is closer to the sensor, all the LEDs will be low. Similarly, for the second time, I have written that if the distance is less than equal to 7, that means the distance must be greater than 5 because already I have mentioned that the distance is less than 3, but that condition is false, so that means the distance is greater than 3. But if the distance is greater than 3 and less than equal to 5, then only 4 LEDs will glow. Similarly, I have written all the conditions. 1, when the distance increases to 7, then the 3 LEDs will glow, and again when the distance comes to 10 it goes, and finally when the distance is equal to 15 semi, then only 1 LED will glow, and if the distance is greater than 15 semi, then no LED will glow. So now let me upload the code onto the Raspberry Pi Pico. So for that I will save the code on the Raspberry Pi Pico in the name of main.py, so that whenever I will power the Pi in the Raspberry Pi Pico, then my project will work. If I don't save it in the name of main.py, this project will not work when the USB cable is disconnected from the PC once. So for better understanding of this, please look out my previous video about the Raspberry Pi basic guidance. Now let us see the project in action. As you can see, when I place my hand, the LED is blinking. That means it is directing the object. So for a demonstration, I am using a paper envelope as an object or an obstacle. So you can see when I am bringing the paper envelope closer, all the LEDs are blink, all the LEDs close, and when I am taking it far apart, then one by one LED gets turn off.
Global ElectroTech, the home of innovation.